Please like, subscribe, and be sure to click that bell button for regular and exciting indie film content and your chance to be the first to engage with the Liftoff Global Network of Film Festivals as we embark on launching the careers of the filmmakers of tomorrow.
Hello everyone and welcome to today's stream. Today we are looking at the Berlin Liftoff Film Festival and the second roundup of the festival, which has been taking place online. Firstly, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who turned up at Il Kino for the networking session. We hope you had a wonderful time. The co-founders Ben Pullman and James Bradley were both there hosting the event and had amazing feedback. So we hope you enjoyed it. If you are a filmmaker taking part in the focus group, that will be going live this Wednesday and you have been sent your invites to join the call. Thereafter, we'll be looking at giving the feedback and the whole process will be explained to you and to all participants. So today we are looking at the second round. The second roundup. The festival went live on the 13th of February and is running until the 13th of March, meaning there is exactly 1 week remaining to get your votes in. And since the last time I sat here giving the roundup, the films have changed and moved around quite a bit, and some have clung on to their pole position. So I'm going to go through and break down each page in a moment. But first of all, I just wanted to say, if you are watching this live, feel free to add a comment in the chat room and I will do my best to answer any questions that you may have or shout out a film that you are supporting during today's stream. I also wanted to talk about the prizes, but also how to vote. So we're going to start by looking at the quick voting video on how best to place your votes. Remember, you have to vote for 2 films in order for your films, and you have to vote for 2 films in order for your votes to count. Let's take a look at that now. Our online festivals are designed to bring much needed new eyes to true indie film. They are a tried and tested method of providing a platform of diverse work to a large audience. The voting process is specifically created to engage people with the collection. Once you purchase the program, to watch the films you'll be sent a ticket email which contains your personal link to sign up to the festival, along with your voting code and link. Before the festival closes, head to the email again to cast your vote. Entering the code in the email will give you access to the form, which will then ask you to select your 2 favourite films and provide some feedback on the projects. Throughout the festival, we'll be running events on our YouTube channel, such as live festival updates, free workshops and promotional filmmaker interviews. Filmmakers will also receive daily updates from the festival. So there we have it. That is the best way to place your votes. And remember, you have to vote for those 2 films in order for them to count. Okay, so what are the prizes of the Berlin Liftoff Film Festival? So after this initial audience round, the films will be going into the network round. So at the moment, the Liftoff judges are going through all of the films across the 4 different programs, and they will also be putting in their favourite films into the network round. From each page, the 2 top films, so the 2 films with the most votes from the audience choice, will also go into network round. From there, there'll be a selection of winners, including the Audience Choice Award, where 4 filmmakers will be invited to join us on our YouTube channel to do a director's roundtable. They are so much fun, and it's always such a joy to find out from the filmmakers why they wanted to make the film, the hurdles that they had to overcome whilst making the film, and what their plan is for this film now that it is on the festival circuit and the afterlife of the film. Then we also have season award nominations. So there'll be a handful of films that will be shortlisted for a season award nominations, and then overall winners in each category, from best film to best documentary and so on. So there we have it. Let's take a look at the films that are currently in lead across the pages. So we're going to start with the judges select page. So let's look at some statistics first. So we've had 767 playthroughs on this page, which is fantastic. We've got 72 votes in so far, and our audience number is around 91, which means there's still around 20 more votes to come in, so everything could change again. The film I am about to announce has held on to its pole position, so well done to Azar, which is currently on 22 votes. This is directed by a Mexican filmmaker. His name is Fabian Palaskis, and this is a drama coming-of-age action film. Julian is a teenage boy torn between pursuing his frustrated passion for music and helping out his single mother. He's faced with the decision to steal the trumpet of an old street performer to prove to himself a man is in front of his friends. So there we have it. Then we have a new film that has gone up through the ranks, and then currently on 13 votes we have Waves. This is an Australian film by director Katharina Keel. And this follows two friends, Sam and Ethel, who play fun games to reconnect at their local beach. So it's great to see a new film has made its way up in the second position there. But like I mentioned, there's still over 20 votes to come in on this page. So let's see next week when we're back here on Monday for the final roundup where the films stand. So next I'm going to move on to the trendsetters. So trendsetters currently is on 434 playthroughs. We have had 43 votes in so far and an audience of around 60. So again, lots more votes to come in. We have a tie on the two films that are currently in the lead, and these are two new films that have made it through so far at the top of this page. And the first one is Perfection, which is on 4 votes. This is a film from the UK and it is directed by Robin Fraser. This is a sci-fi thriller short film. So battling trauma from war and conflict at home, Alex turns to technology for salvation, but she's about to enter a world of trouble. Then we have The Scratch, which is also on 4 votes. Just mentioned there that it was on a tie. And this is directed by Virginie Boussa from France. So the logline is an incontagious and confessing encounter between a young nurse of North African origin and a guy who wants to end his life. Each probes the depth of the souls of the other to break the impasse. So there we have it. Moving on then to New Voices. Our New Voice program has 866 playthroughs. We have 67 votes so far and an audience of around 70. So the votes are almost on par here, which is interesting as we're moving into the final week. So it'll be interesting to see if these films can hold on to their position as we move into the final week. So currently in the lead on 22 votes, we have Download My Heart in the Metaverse. This is a film from the USA by filmmaker Mo Rebuck. It is the first music video ever to be set in the metaverse, and it is a grand musical tour of the world within the metaverse, and it is part of the Download My Heart series by #Queens. That is on 22 votes. Behind that on 7 votes, we have A Gift, a pair of shoes for our teacher, which is on 7 votes. This film is from Indonesia and is directed by Muhammad Suabid. A student named Phoebe and her friends were ordered by their teacher to collect donations for their grieving friend. When the condolence money was collected, one of Ditta's friends reminds her that they intend to buy shoes for their teacher. They had to buy a pair of shoes that day because the teacher's birthday was the following day. Ditta boldly suggests using the donation money to buy the shoes. Phoebe was hesitant and to make a decision. So there we have it. So they are the films that are currently first and second place on the New Voice program as part of the Berlin Festival. So the final program we're going to look at is the Features program. So just getting the stats up as we speak. So the Features program currently has 336 playthroughs. We've only had 25 votes in so far and an audience number of around 40. So the first film, there's 3 films that I'm going to announce in this program. So the first film we have is Serendipity, and this is on 7 votes. This is by an Italian filmmaker called Vivian Ghirani, and this is a drama, romance, coming-of-age feature film. Serendipity is the unexpected encounter with something wonderful that happens while we're looking elsewhere. The unexpected, that is the unknown element of life, therefore acquires a positive connotation attributed to a concept of happy discovery made while we are living. So there we go. Then the next 2 films I'm about to announce are tied on 4 votes. It Goes On, which was mentioned last time, is directed by Scott O'Keefe from Ireland. It Goes On is a drama that follows 26-year-old Ethan, whose body vanished from the physical world as a young boy. He He now watches on as a ghost in solitude in the year 2024, searching for a meaning and human connection. Then we have Let It Be, which was also announced last week, also on 4 votes, and this is directed by German filmmaker Vanessa Weber von Schmöller. This is a documentary. It's a feature documentary, environmental, nature and animal documentary. The documentary, Let It Be, takes us on a journey to people who are committed to protecting species, especially wild bees. He shows how everyone can protect the species and other insects, because in Germany, 75% of the biomass of flying insects has already disappeared forever. So there we have it. That is the roundup for this week. So thank you so much for joining. And next Monday, we'll be back for the final roundup, which will take place a couple of hours before the festival comes to an end. I look forward to seeing you then, and have a wonderful week. Thank you for joining. Goodbye.